Hey everyone, good morning. Happy Friday, February 11th. We are thrilled that you are choosing to drop into the Daily Drop-In Morning Show, where we are here every single morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And also, as if that wasn't enough, it is converted into a podcast over at Teach Better Talk Podcast, so you can always catch the episodes after the fact. We are diving into a very busy Friday. We have a lot to do. The one and only Brad Hughes is here. And for those of you who care, I have a delicious cup of coffee thanks to Nespresso and whoever delivered it. So shout out to that guy. Anyway, we're going to get into the morning, but we would love to see you in the comments participating with us today. We have a little bit of a new activity today we're going to try out, so make sure you stay tuned. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, February 11th. Brad Hughes in the house. How you doing?
Rae Hughart, I'm doing well. Happy Friday to you, friend. I hope you've had a great week, and I've been looking forward all week to reconnecting about some great guests, some great ideas, some great teacher talk, and as always, bringing a little bit of shenanigans to the Friday drop-in with you, Rae.
Love it. Love it. No, it'll be so fun. And I always appreciate our Fridays together, recapping the week, getting into some of the nitty-gritty conversation we've been having. And then, of course, I think we should tell people we have a little bit of a new idea that we want to try today. And Brad, I'm already regretting having to wait till the end of the show to do it. Maybe we should do it at the beginning. I don't know. Let's make the decision live.
I'm open to whatever, Rae. I think it's a great Friday to mix things up. I think a little variety, a little surprise would do everyone just a little bit of a boost of good. So why don't we give it a try?
I'm kind of thinking, we usually start out the show every morning, regardless of who's here, with, just small banter, right? Like, how are you doing? Asking people their bios if they're new to the show. Shout out to Elijah and Dan Edwards in the house. Hey, Dan, good to see you. He's tuning in from England, and I know Elijah is tuning in. He's in the U.S. Elijah, I don't know what state you're in. Texas? Do you know what state Elijah's in, Brad?
I don't. I think Texas is a good guess as any.
Yeah, Elijah, put your location in the comments. We want to hear from you. Sorry, that got distracted because I was so excited to see Dan Edwards. I haven't heard from him in a while, but we have a phone call set up next week, so I'm excited to catch up with him.
Fantastic.
Okay, back on track. I'm sorry, Brad.
All good.
But usually we do our small banter at the beginning, and I was thinking I would love to incorporate a happy feed from yesterday's show into today's conversation. Our idea originally was to wait till the end of the show, but maybe we could try it bright and early in the morning.
Yeah, let's distinguish. We're not talking about the Arctic Penguin movie Happy Feet. We're talking about an app that was, I guess, revealed or was shared yesterday on our Daily Drop-In on Thursday. Happy Feed, an opportunity for daily reflection on what we're grateful for, and an opportunity, if you choose, to share out with others in your life what you're grateful for and invite them to reply.
Yeah, again, we have no endorsement with this product. Hey, Elijah, thank you. New Mexico. See, I knew I was close that you were in the US, but I wasn't really close at all. Brad, what I like about this app is for a few different reasons. One is I do like and appreciate the act of intentionally recognizing what we appreciate, what we're grateful for in the world. I think that's a wonderful practice to incorporate into our day-to-day routine. On the flip side, though, what I'm actually excited about is that this app will store everything. And I'm thrilled that then we can kind of go back and relive some of these memories. If you didn't catch yesterday's show with Rob, he kind of went into some of the features. And again, this is a free app. We're not endorsing something goofy, but just a fun way to store memories. And we thought, hey, can we incorporate this on the show? Maybe. Let's try it out,
Yeah, Rob was bang on, Rae. When times are stressful, it's very, very important to have prompts to remember why you're grateful. And as Rob and other guests told us this week on Love What You Do What You Love, it's about coming back to your core purpose, your core values. And they're very frequently for educators rooted in love, service, care for kids, enjoyment of being in their company, and enjoyment of being in the company of other educators as well as loved ones. So Happy Feed provides that prompt to maybe to interrupt intrusive or negative thinking, and to remind you, hey, even at a basic level, there are things all around you to be grateful for. Take a second and see what's in your environment that you're grateful for right now.
I love it. I love it. It's really interesting with these posts that we can do, Brad. We have to decide what features we want. One of the things that you can do is obviously just answer the question, what are you grateful for, right? We can identify maybe there's something really obvious on our mind. You can also add a photo. So I don't know if we want to incorporate that at some point. But if you can't think of anything, if you're struggling, there's a hint feature. And I like that there's a little bit of a prompt provided because sometimes, maybe we're exhausted, maybe we're stuck in a specific negative emotion, and it's hard to just think of something that's valuable. I can write down, I'm appreciative of my dogs, but that's not really me taking time to reflect and deeply get into this experience. I think the hint is kind of fun. So the hint today,
Mhm.
not that we need to use it, but just interesting fun fact. Did we mention meals? Question mark. Oh, we love a well-cooked meal. The simpler, the better. So the hint for us today is to consider, like, is there a dish or an experience of cooking that we're appreciative of? I think this will be kind of fun.
In my house, I'm very appreciative of the menu and meal planning that my wife Jennifer provides.
Ooh.
We tag team once the meal lists are prepared, and I do up the groceries, and then we tag team on meal prep. And often it's a chance for us to reconnect in the kitchen at the end of the day to put something together that we're both looking forward to. So those prompts are so key, Ray. And I'll say too, it especially if you are mired in a valley like Rob expressed yesterday. Um, it can be a matter of fake it till you make it, or that is, build the habit of reflecting on what you're grateful for and record it. And eventually you will really feel it, and it'll be something that you anticipate with a lot of excitement.
I love this. Okay, I wrote that down as our one for today. And I also put in parentheses your name at the end of it. I think that'll be good to track who's sharing. I know for this app specifically, it should be like one person doing it every day, but I kind of like that we'll be having a lot of voices on this. So I'm saving it. It's official. It's official.
Agreed. Lorianne saying that she might do this every Friday with her students using the Seesaw app. It's incredible. Lorianne, this is something that beginning yesterday after hearing Rob on the Daily Drop In, I've incorporated into our morning announcements, an intentional moment of reflection and gratitude. And then as we move into next week, I'm going to be inviting our teachers and staff members to figure out ways for students to share out what their reflections are. And just like the app, I'm wondering if even students would jot down what they're grateful for. It can come back to us at the office, and those can be shared out on the morning announcements too. So lots of application, lots of opportunity in your own space, but certainly beginning with yourself and working outwards into your community is the way to start.
Yes, I love the idea, Brad. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how people choose to incorporate this. I will say I am interested how this works. This is only, I'm like 24 hours in, right? But Brad, there is a feature that also has a reminder, which I think will be really helpful for so many people that might be choosing to use this app. Mine is set for 40 minutes from now. So at the end of the show, if you hear my phone ring, that's why. But maybe I'll edit it. Maybe we'll put it in the beginning. Brad will get a little prompt at the beginning of the show.
Fantastic, Ray. And I wonder if you can select sort of a personalized ringtone or alert that
Ooh.
it's just for this app. And maybe it would be, the recording would be our favorite groove between the second to last and last segments on Daily Drop In, the one that really hits just right for us on Friday mornings.
Brad, you know that would make my day so good if every single day I could hear that jingle. Because you're right, I have to wait till Friday at the end of the show to hear that jingle, and it is my favorite every single time. So, maybe I'm gonna try and set that right after the show today. That'll be my only thing on my to-do list that I can focus on. Let me tell you.
Outstanding.
Brad, outside of obviously catching up and asking about our lives and doing this little prompt on the app, obviously we have other things that we want to get into today. One of which is a good news stories. We got some holidays. Should we transition into all that fun?
Absolutely. Let's go, and we'll see each other on the flip side, Ray.
All right. See you on the flip side. All right, friends, let's get into some good news today. This is a point of our show, a segment of our show where we can get into some funny holidays, some good news stories. And these not only hopefully give some brightness in our own day, but also the opportunity to share these fun facts with others and foster a continuous relationship with not only our colleagues, our friends, but also our students. Brad, there are some goofy holidays today that I actually am excited to talk to you about because I don't know if you would be celebrating these holidays or not. But some of them I feel like you might really appreciate. So are you ready for some of these?
I'm always ready for a real or fake international holiday, Ray. Bring it on.
Well, there are a lot of real and fake holidays. I will say, Brad, there were only 2 yesterday, which felt very strange. Usually there's like 24 holidays. Today there is a lot. So we're back on track.
Right on.
Today is International Day of Women and Girls in Science. So, for those of you who are excited to give our girls the opportunity to continue to learn not only so many things, but of course, the art of science, definitely today is going to be a great holiday, a great also holiday to bring to our students in schools today.
100%.
Something that has popped up a lot today, Brad, is that it is National Guitar Day. But in addition, it's also World Get Out Your Guitar Day. So we are guitar friendly. Do you play guitar?
A little bit. Yeah, I can strum a few chords and kind of campfire guitarist, Ray. My son Ben is an aspiring guitarist and bassist, and really marvel at what young people are putting together in terms of all of their instrumentation. It really is incredible once you find your passion. But yeah, I'm a campfire guitarist and have enjoyed that.
So I think that I can say that phrase, but I think it means something different. When you say, "Yeah, I can strum a guitar," like I want to be clear. If you put a guitar in front of me, I could physically strum a guitar, but I don't know that I could actually make music out of it. Could you like make notes occur?
I sure could. Yeah, I can put my fingers together and make chords. I do not know how to finger pick individual notes, but in the words of one of my favorite bands, U2, I just strive for 3 chords and the truth, Ray.
Love it. If you are listening right now, I know we are slowly getting up and thinking through our wonderful Friday. I'd love to hear in the comments if any of you play instruments. I know that our community is very talented, but I really should learn to play an instrument. I took piano classes for a long time and I know what a piano looks like. I think that's all I took away from it. So I'd love
That's a start, Ray. If you know what a piano looks like, you know how to get started. You sit in front of it and go, okay, and what's next? But that's a good start.
I think I could find middle C. I mean,
hmm
that's a part of the process, right?
That's right.
Um,
I remember my piano teacher telling me point your belly button at middle C, and that's how you're set up for the keyboard, and just take it from there, Ray. It'd be no time before you're a virtuoso performer. You just have to make your way to the keyboard first.
I love it. I wonder, there's so many people in our community that are skilled. Like, oh my gosh, Adam here. I have bagpipes. Holy moly. See, that's a fun instrument. That's a great fun fact, Adam, to be able to share with people.
It sure is. And Adam, the bagpipes are certainly an acquired taste for many, and so your virtuoso skill with the bagpipes may attract many, and may hopefully keep them around listening to the pipes as you play them.
Yeah, I love that. That's so good. If you play other instruments, we want to hear from you. Or if you're a vocalist, that's an instrument in and of itself. We'd love to hear about all of these skills. I'm classically trained in musical theater, singing. I love that as an instrument. We can't see who posted that, but I would love to have you just throw your name in the comments. I would love to know who has some singing ability in our network. I definitely don't. Fred, do you do karaoke at all? Could you like hop up on stage with a microphone?
I sure can and have. And I had the opportunity to be a vocal music teacher for a couple of years at the middle school level. And parents and kids were wondering, why don't we have an instrumental program as many middle schools did or do? And just as our Facebook user there, our guest says, the voice is an instrument, and that's an instrument that all of us have with us. And so it was my pleasure to try to bring an enjoyment of singing to our middle schoolers, and many of whom were very reluctant to use their voices. And so, yeah, growing confidence and just finding repertoire that was fun for them to perform, always something to look forward to.
I love it. It looks like Cheryl is the one that posted. Cheryl, if this is the Cheryl I'm thinking of, I should look up. There's so many, like it's always interesting when we're chatting with our with our friends. If it's a Cheryl in Illinois, can you tell me if I'm going to see you next week at IdeaCon? I would love to know. But if it's a different Cheryl, then we appreciate you, and I want to find time to bump into you as well. Any thoughts on karaoke at Teach Better 22, Brad? Sounds like Adam has a great idea.
It sounds like a must do, and I will say Adam and I have already planned a bowling night at Teach Better, and so maybe we can combine the bowling and karaoke. Adam, if the right spot is there in Akron in October, I mean, maybe bowling plus karaoke, and we can have a musical and a fun-filled night.
I love it. Okay, can we just do this? I know we have so many people in our network, but what are the chances? Cheryl, I am going to see you at IdeaCon next week. I'm so excited to see you. I love the comments that she's saying, yes, you are. I'll be there. So, Cheryl, I will be at that event. I don't know what you're doing on Wednesday, but we're doing a Teach Better Hangout. And I would love to have you join our fun. If you are listening right now, I know this is so random, but we have a little bit of a group message going on with some of our Teach Better community that lives in Illinois that are going to be at this education event next week. And if you are going to be in Schaumburg, Illinois at IdeaCon next week, and you want to get together with some of our Teach Better community, we have a little group getting together on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. So please direct message me if you're in Illinois and intend to be at IdeaCon. I'd love to add you to our list. So glad that this worked out. And I don't know, sorry, I got off track, but that'll be so fun.
That'd be great. What's IdeaCon all about, Rae? I've never heard of it and can't attend, so I need you to be my proxy.
Yeah, no, shout out to Amber and Lindsay. They are a part of our Teach Better family, but they also run a nonprofit in the state of Illinois that does a lot of incredible work. It builds chapters all around the state to support innovation. They do so many things in education, but they really are quite general in the support that they provide: technology, innovation, STEM. They do really, really, really good things all throughout the year, but they have a very big event in February every year, and they just go all out. I know that we're very excited about the Teach Better Conference. There's so many reasons the Teach Better Conference is going to be special. But if you're excited to see a conference well done, IdeaCon is just one of those conferences that has a lot to offer educators in terms of not just sessions, but just really valuable experiences. They have a massive exhibitor hall. They're quite a large event, and they dedicate a lot of time to ensure that everyone's safety, before COVID, but also during COVID. So we're very excited to support their event and continue to have a collaboration between the two teams that are both striving to support educators. So I'm sure you'll see Amber and Lindsay around. They do great work in that organization.
Together's better, Rae. Always great to amplify the great work of other organizations, because it's normal that these organizations like Teach Better and there'll be a lot of overlap. Great people doing great things, and so it's worth celebrating and worth mentioning that great IdeaCon coming up.
It's so fun. Yeah, usually we have some Teach Better representatives that are presenting, or sometimes we'd have a booth. This year we didn't, but I will say it was so fun that, anytime there seems to be a collection of Teach Better network members together, regardless of how they're connected to us, people seem to find each other, take selfies and get together. So Brad, we'll be there in spirit. Maybe I'll hold up like a stick with your face on it when we're together on Wednesday in this small little group, and that way you can be there in spirit with us.
I've got an idea for IdeaCon, Rae, and that would be for someone to provide a Segway vehicle with maybe like a tablet or a laptop on top, and I could just be visiting all of the different vendors and all of the different opportunities at IdeaCon via Segway. And I'm not sure who would operate the Segway for me, Rae, but anyway, that is my idea for IdeaCon. I look forward to joining you then.
Brad, you say these ideas, but the people that are going to be at this event are people that would actually make that happen. I know confirmed is Carly Spina, Alex Valencic, Andrea from the Teach Better team. These are all people that would absolutely take that idea and run with it.
I have no doubt. And that's what it's all about, is keeping the connection strong and using innovation and maybe a little silliness just to make it happen.
So fun. Okay, other holidays today to mention before we get to our good news story. It's Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day, which I thought is always a wonderful reminder. It's National Inventors Day, so that could be a really fun opportunity to bring that to students. It's National Make a Friend Day, which is a wonderful reminder on a Friday. It's National Day of the Sick, so please check in on those that are not feeling well, or even if they have a runny nose, wish them a better day. I have a runny nose this morning, friends. I'm so sorry. And then last but not least, my favorite day of the entire year. I didn't know it was today, but today is officially my favorite day. It is World Latte Day. Done.
Oh my goodness. And so if you circle back, Rae, and if it's Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day, just make sure the milk goes into the latte, and then you can avoid crying over spilled milk, and you can have a delicious latte to celebrate both. Make a friend over it. Enjoy a latte with a friend. So you got triple holidays in one, Rae.
What if you made a friend with somebody who played guitar?
I think 2 lattes, 2 friends, a guitar, and all the milk into those lattes, not a drop spilled, I think is the way to go today.
That would be the way to celebrate February 11th. I love it. I heard we have a good news story, and it has to do with a grade, an age of student that I don't think I could ever teach on my own. I would need support.
Ray, before I get into the story, I want to ask you: in your part of the world, Chicagoland, snow is part of your life and part of your world, correct?
Mhm.
Yep. Do you have any favorite activities in the snow, whether it's fluffy snow or hard packing snow? Any favorite snow activities?
I do, but it's my favorite and my least favorite in one. Is it
Yep.
okay that I have two very
Oh yeah,
extreme feelings? Okay, my
absolutely.
favorite is taking my youngest dog, the bigger one, off leash and having him run around like crazy in the snow. I think there's so much laughter to be had in that. It's one of my favorite things, but I will tell you, the cleanup after, terrible.
100%. When we take our dog Charlie out for a walk in the snow or in the slush, he always comes back soaking wet, and then we have to have some towel time. And he just frisks around after the towel, and it's just one of those things that love it or hate it. I mean, there is fun and enjoyment to be had in the snow. But Ray, what about for people who don't live in a region like New Mexico, like Elijah, where maybe snow isn't happening? Are there ways for snow to come to them? And this is the point of the story. The stories comes from goodnewsnetwork.org, and the headline is kindergarten kids had never seen snow, so Florida teacher gets sister to ship a snowman to Florida. An
No.
800-mile, $78 journey from Kentucky to Florida brought a smiling snowman to a classroom full of kids, many of whom had never laid an eye, much less a finger, on snow, Ray, right in the heart of Florida.
Oh my goodness. See, those are experiences that I can't say you and I have had where we were old enough to remember seeing snow for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But there is magic when you are with somebody who sees snow for the first time, much less a child. Oh my God, that's so fun.
Yeah, Robin Hughes is the kindergarten teacher in Florida who was flipping through a book about snow with the students and realizing that many had never seen or even touched snow. She knew that about 10 inches of snow was due in Kentucky, where her sister Amber lives, and she requested that Amber ship snow from Kentucky to her Florida classroom enough to build a snowman. And so the class was able to build Lucky, a snowman with blueberries, carrots, and twigs for eyes, a nose and arms, respectively. It was sealed in a temperature controlled package with ice. It flew USPS priority from Kentucky to Riverview in Florida. And the school receptionist got on the PA and shouted, "He's here, he's here." So, to the delight of everyone, Lucky the snowman arrived intact and unmelted, in time to be revealed to the kids, Ray, who enjoyed the snowman in utter wonder. And I'll post that link on our chat stream right now.
Oh what my gosh, what a fun story. I feel like you can't help but smile when you think about that. Brad, I know we were mentioning conferences earlier. There is a memory with Teach Better 2019 conference that we had where we were in Ohio in November. It was when we did this in 2019, it was early November event and it snowed. And we had people from 24 states that were at the Teach Better conference. A lot of them didn't have access to snow, don't see snow frequently.
Right.
And we had a number of people, and it was kind of as if everyone turned into a child for a moment. It was the kind of snow that was the big, puffy, beautiful flakes. And you saw all these people kind of eyes wide open, giggling and laughing, walking outside saying, "Oh my gosh, it's snowing." And they all turned into, young kids. It was so fun. I love those moments.
Snow does bring out those moments where the heart of the child that's in every adult has an opportunity to kind of rise up and shine, whether it's snow angels or I saw a child tumbling down a snow hill, kind of like a log roll. And there were times I remember as an adult when my kids were younger, I never laughed so hard when I tumbled down the hill and did a log roll with them. Something else I think that'll touch our viewers and listeners' heart if you have a chance to check out that story. The little blueberry eyes and the little blueberry buttons on this snowman in Florida are absolutely adorable. So just take a peek at the photo and dig into the story, and think about what surprises, what unexpected opportunities you could think about providing for your kids based on where you live and what their needs and interests are.
Oh, what a cool experience. I love that, Brad. As we continue with our daily drop in, let's head into our brainstorm bank to talk about the continued discussion about things we love. I think we've talked about a lot of things we love so far, but let's get into our theme. Then we'll get into recapping our conversation and previewing next week. You ready?
Looking forward to it.
Here we go. Did you like that wasn't the right commercial? Did anyone else catch that? Can we try that again just one more time, maybe?
And take two.
One more time. Friends, the trick with running the Daily Drop-In is that when you make a mistake, you just need to make sure Jeff Gargas doesn't know about it. So we need to all actively choose to, commit to keeping a secret. That's all that was. So if you're committed to keeping the secret, we'd love to see you in the comments. Or if you're watching after the fact, take a screenshot and tag Brad and I and just be like, wow, Rae and Brad, amazing show today. Like really great, rich discussion. We'll know that means nice job. We saw you mess up.
Seamless transitions. And Rae, the flip of that is let's just celebrate the mistakes that come up. I mean, that's what it's all about, especially staying happy and doing what you love, is recognizing that there's going to be setbacks and you laugh and you work your way through them and you've got companionship to make it happen. It's all good.
I often say, Brad, there's typically at least one mistake every single day. Sometimes there's more, but sometimes there's only one. I just want to let you guys know as you're getting into your day and tuning into Daily Drop-In, we've already made our one mistake today. So you're golden for the rest of the day. We got you. We are, even though the music was confusing, believe it or not, we're in Brainstorm Bank. And this is a time every single show where we just simply sit back and say, hey, friends, do you need anything? We really want to act as a brainstorm partner with you. And we know that every single educator is constantly problem solving, making 100 decisions every second. And we want you to know that you don't need to make those decisions alone. While Brad and I definitely don't plan on having the right answer to every problem, we love being a part of the brainstorming and hopefully to direct you in one direction. So, Brad, this week is all about love. What are your thoughts on that?
Rae, love has never been needed more in any aspect of our life, with the stress and the fear of the global pandemic. Putting love out in front of how we live our lives, I think, is crucial. And I think as educators and school leaders and school organizations need to consider if and how they can have the courage to put love out in front of system decisions to model the way forward so that individuals within each school can lead with love. So I love what I do. I love every aspect of our daily drop-in experience too, Rae, and the Teach Better work that we do together. And so it's finding the excitement and finding the reason for hope day after day that our guests really shine through with our guest this week, Rae.
I love it. Oh, yeah. I feel like we had great discussions and it was a wonderful opportunity to reflect. I mean, I like that this opportunity gave us the option to think really big picture or really specific, because some of the conversations this week had very, very specific. I love this moment, or I love this thing that I have in my life. Others, we focused a lot on happiness this week. And I thought happiness was a really fun opportunity. And I know we're going to get into recapping the week, but that was a direction I didn't intend to go. And, things that make us happy are typically things we love. So
the power of connection and the power of vulnerability when we are unhappy or searching for happiness. And our guests shared with us specific tools and strategies to find the fun, to find the happy, to find the enjoyment in what we do. And very, very typically it's when we're sharing space with those who are like-minded and those that are also looking for the fun and the enjoyment in what we do too, Rae.
So, Brad, if I asked you to identify in our work, right? We're all in education. We are supporting educators, whether they be classroom teachers, administrators, or anybody in between. If you were to identify something that you really love about your role, about your perspective on education, wherever direction you go, what would that be?
It's connecting with kids, without a doubt. That just comes to me immediately. It's connecting with kids. That is an aspect of my work and an aspect of my day that is critical to my happiness and well-being at work. And I hope that happiness shared with kids also leaves them influenced, inspired, excited that there are loving adults in their lives. And what we try to promote in our school building, Rae, is that the school belongs to all of us. And so each adult in each interaction with each child, whether or not they're a child in our classroom or not, has an opportunity to be intentional about that moment and to make the child feel safe, secure, loved, that, all adults are excited to see them, and, eyes light up and eyes soften. And we have busy, busy lives as educators, but every moment invested with a child, even if they're not a child in your class or a child you're unfamiliar with, means that we're creating safe communities for all children. They know that they're loved, supported by any adult that they meet. So connecting with kids, that is what I deeply love and cherish about my role and about my work.
I wonder if we can create a challenge today as people are walking into their school buildings, getting ready for the lessons they have prepared for students. Is there a challenge that we can give educators that will take less than 30 seconds to achieve that can really focus on connecting with students? I think it's always kind of fun when you have a little challenge in the back of your mind to be like, all right, I'm going to high five 5 students today. And that's going to be my little inside joke with my Teach Better community that I heard on Daily Drop In, or anything like that. We'd love to do that every so often. So, any thoughts on what we could challenge our community to do? Just a little action step.
For sure, it's a simple one, and if you're an educator making your way from one place to another, say a classroom to a staff room, or library to the office, make your eyes light up when you see a kid that you don't know well. Just make eye contact with them, make your eyes light up, and many of us are wearing masks in our building still, but make your eyes light up and let the child know with your eyes and with your voice that you're excited to see them. See if you can learn their name, and share your name with them, and let them know as you leave you're looking forward to seeing them next time. Even if you don't remember their name next time, or they don't remember yours, what they'll remember is that your eyes lit up and that you were gentle and intentional and happy to see them in that moment. And when they see you again, even if no exchange of words happens, there will be an exchange of emotions as you pass by.
Brad, sometimes it feels strange to like walk up to someone you don't know, walk up to a student you don't know. I'm envisioning myself walking down the halls of the school building. You see a student walking towards you, and you just kind of light up and say, "Hey, can I get your name?" And the student maybe is a little confused, depending on the age of student. They might scoff at you and say, yeah. And then my name is Brad Hughes. And for you to just take a moment and look at them and be like, "I hope you have a great day, Brad Hughes."
Mhm.
And then you move on throughout your day. It's those strange moments that can occur in schools that I love that challenge. It feels a little strange sometimes. We don't take the time to engage with students who may not know, but what a fun opportunity to just brighten someone's day. I think that's so cool.
Ray, the reason I posed that challenge in terms of going from one place to another is that I deeply respect the fact that educators, in the moment, if they are a classroom educator, for example, in the moment they are looking after the needs of the kids in front of them, and in addition, their minds are thinking about the first, next, then, and finallys of any given section of the day or any given day, and so that can be something intentional. Is to challenge yourself to use that transition time from one place to another, even if it's one person or one colleague or a visitor to the building. Just make soft eye contact, let your eyes twinkle a little bit, maybe your eyebrows raised, give them a little bit of wink as you go by, just anything like that. Just a small moment of connection is what people are craving right now.
You know what? I couldn't agree more. I love this. And it was relevant as we were talking about it as we were in transition in March of 2020, as so many people went virtual, and we've been articulating it and emphasizing it since that point. Even prior, we can build connections, and whether it be in person or virtual, we have the power to take time to build connections. And even on the Daily Drop-In, we're a fully virtual family, friends. Brad and I have never met in person. We hope to someday, Brad. It's going to
We sure
happen.
do.
But just like so many of us in the comments, we were joking with Cheryl in the comments today and Elijah in the comments, and I have had the opportunity to meet both of them once in person, and it's just always fun to take those intentional moments and share some love, and we all have the power to do it. It doesn't need to be a huge shebang. I don't, you don't need to send somebody a dozen roses to make them feel loved. There are so many ways to be able to do that with just small acts. And I love the reminder that a little twinkle in the eye, a little eyebrow lift, and a smile as we go throughout our day makes a huge impact. It's very cool.
For sure, Ray.
Brad, we had a very busy week this week. I'd love to recap it a little bit, and then also get into next week's conversation. We have a theme every single week here on the show, and I think it would be fun to kind of recap.
Ready for recap. Love it.
Ready for recap. And this is the song we love.
This is the
So
one. This is your new
everybody,
ringtone for the Happy Feed app.
I love it. I think everyone needs to like Take a deep breath. Here's a moment of joy. We'll have many today, but one of our moments of joy today. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into Daily Drop-In. We are thrilled that you're here, either live or listening after the fact. We love on Fridays to recap our week and get into our next week so you know what's coming before that email comes out on Monday. As many of you know, if you're on our email list, we send a number of different things to you that we hope you find valuable. One of which is on Monday mornings. We'd love to email you our guests for the week. So if you're ever interested in knowing who's going to be on the show, prior to tuning in at 7 a.m. Eastern every single morning, it's always nice to be on that email list. If you are not receiving that email and you're interested in knowing who's going to be on the show so you can connect with them, we link their social media. It's an easy 2 clicks to follow them. Let me know or let Brad know. We'll make sure that you are added to that list. Brad, this week was full of great discussion. We had some incredible guests on, and one of them that I feel like is noteworthy without even, as we begin, is that Jed Derryberry joined the show on Tuesday with Jeff Gargas. And holy moly, I love him so much. And he is a featured speaker at the Teach Better conference coming this October.
Great to have Jed featured with Jeff on Tuesday, Rae, and also great to have Jed featured in our October conference coming up. Talk about a heart-led and love-inspired educator, and love and connection and respectful relationships for all are what makes Jed tick, and he lives authentically. And I just love, again, he's got all the resources and he's got all of the excitement about sharing the great work that he does. So great to reconnect with Jed again on Tuesday with Jeff.
Yes, we loved featuring him not only as a great educator, but if you missed it over the last 2 weeks, we've been celebrating. We released 2 names of our featured speakers lineup for Teach Better Conference 2022. Jed Derryberry and Alexa Shepard are going to be incredible speakers, and we are thrilled to continue to celebrate them as we announce new faces next week. So we'll get to that next. But Wednesday, we were able to bring on Kim Strobel to our conversation. For those of you who had not connected with Kim, Kim's focus is all about happiness. It was wonderful to be able to discuss how happiness has impacted her and the science behind happiness on Wednesday's show.
It's remarkable that, Rae, if we're looking to improve our fitness, we might hire a fitness coach, or if we're looking to improve our instructional practice, we might hire like a literacy or mathematics coach. And our guest Wednesday is a happiness coach, identifying a need in the sector, but also a need in our communities in general for intentional support, advocacy. You need a happiness coach, a cheerleader to help you identify some intentional steps that you can take. Wonderful to connect.
So fun. And actually that happiness continued because we had Rob Dunlap on the show yesterday, Thursday, and he also has a passion for looking through the lens of happiness. And so he had a lot to share. He was the one that actually suggested that we use the Happy Feed app to document gratitude. So that was a really wonderful conversation. I really appreciated getting to connect with Rob on that level.
Something that really resonates and I think will always resonate with me about Rob, Rae, is that he leverages setbacks in his life, and he talked about the valleys that he's encountered. He's learned to leverage and then share out how he leveraged setbacks to make good things happen. And if we are encountering periods of discouragement, worry, despair, we may forget to ask the question, what good can come out of even this, even through this suffering and worry or unhappiness, what good could come of it? And Rob certainly has a personal history of, and he's a champion for good things coming out of setbacks. And let's face it, some of the most important things in the whole world have come out of dire consequences and dire circumstances. And so it can feel hard to be grateful for those valleys when they're happening. But in retrospect, we learn that in most cases, the things that we need arise out of those valleys and allow us to take the next steps. All that to say, grateful for Rob's presence on the drop-in yesterday.
So cool. Definitely go check out that episode in case you missed it. Next week, we hope to have better episodes than ever. We're going to continue with our conversation, and we have a new theme next week. So obviously on Monday, Brad, it's very predictable. Jeff Gargas is joining the show. He's always with us on Monday mornings.
Mhm.
It will be Valentine's Day, and I can't wait for Jeff to share his love and appreciation for me. I mean, I think he's going to be my Valentine. So, I mean, his wife, Amy, and I are great friends. I
Yep.
have always chosen Amy to be my Valentine, but I'll forget for one moment and allow Jeff to be my Valentine on Monday morning show. We're excited to celebrate with all of you. And our new theme is actually a really important one. It's something that I think all of us not only strive to foster, but something that we can always use strategies to be better in. There's been a lot of activity going around across the world, but also specifically in the state of Illinois related to safety. And our focus for next week is fostering a safe environment. I know there's a lot of directions we can take that, but I'm excited to kick off that topic
Mhm.
on Monday with Jeff. That'll be a good topic to kick off for the week.
Yeah, lots of facets there, Ray. Physical safety, but just as importantly, emotional safety for everyone who is coming into our school buildings. Places of welcome, places of refuge, places of reassurance and companionship. And so, looking forward to digging into that with our guests. And who's coming up on Tuesday next week?
On Tuesday, we have a new face. Henry Turner is joining us. We're excited to dive in with Henry into not only a safe environment, but topics that Henry is always eager to share with other educators. On Wednesday, we have Adam Muller joining us. Adam has
Mhm.
been a part of the Teach Better community, but to be honest, I haven't gotten to chat with him in a few months now. So I'm really excited to catch up with him in a very selfish way, but of course also feature him on the show.
Of course.
And then on Thursday, we have Tiffany Copel joining us. And Brad, you are going to be live with Tiffany. Tiffany has been doing a great deal in education since I've been connected to her, but I'm excited to introduce her again, maybe for the first time for a few of our friends to the Daily Drop-In Show. It'll be fun.
Really excited about that, Ray. Thank you.
And then Brad, I know you know this, but we will also then be live together on Friday.
Next Friday again?
Next Friday again.
Same place, same time? Fantastic. No, that'll be wonderful. And
Yeah, same
just
place, same time, but a week from now.
okay, that I will set my I'll set my happy feed notification to make sure that it gets me in the right place at the right time.
I did get a notification because it is that time where I set that alarm to notify me to remind me to do the happy feed. It told me that today was National Inventors Day, which we actually celebrated on the show. So
Yeah,
I guess this app is not only going to remind us that we need to make sure we submit every single day a moment of gratitude, but also looks like it's going to give us some holiday fun facts, which I'm a huge advocate for.
100%. It just reminds us of the great work that we do. Yeah, we mentioned National Inventors Day. We're awesome. Yeah,
We're
forget
great.
that transition mess up. Let's go. We're awesome.
I know. I have a meeting today with some of the people connected to this app. So I'm excited to learn more about
Oh,
what
wonderful.
they do and how we can get them involved in the Teach Better community. I'm all about this. I'm a fan.
Fantastic. And a moment of gratitude back to your Monday guest and our friend and colleague Jeff Gargas, who is a master appreciator, a master appreciator. Jeff always leaves every interaction, whether it's in person or whether it's online or in our messaging. It's always appreciation. I appreciate you, and it's not just something that Jeff says; it's something that you feel in his presence. And like you, Ray, like you said earlier, I've never met Jeff in person, but talk about gratitude. Gratitude for this invention, the invention of the technology that allows us to connect at a distance through video and audio. And yeah, Jeff is the master appreciator, and I've learned so much from him. And I try to carry his vision of appreciation forward every single day.
Jeff is amazing. I know. I don't like to tell him how much
I
I
know.
appreciate him because I would just spend all day singing his praises. But every so often, especially when I know he's not watching the show, I really can't oogle about Jeff. He's one of my best friends and he does an incredible job sharing appreciation for people. And to be honest, one of my favorite comments, Brad, truly is when
Mhm.
somebody comes up to me and tells me how great they think Jeff is because of how he, exudes this positive feeling for people. And it's always fun to be like, I know he's just the best. Like I love those moments to brag on Jeff Gargas, but you can't really tell him. He gets a big head about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know how it is. He wants to stay humble, and so that's why I think that he shoos away the praise and the accolades. But yeah, he's important to both of us and has allowed us to accomplish wonderful things together. So
So
shout out
fun.
to Jeff.
Yes. And everyone else here, we appreciate you as well. It is Friday, February 11th, and you are about to have just a wonderful Friday. Fridays are kind of weird sometimes in school. Sometimes there's strange energy. You're at the end of the week. Everyone's eager for the weekend to sleep in and reset after a very full week. But we want you to know it is going to be a fabulous Friday. There might be some chaos. There might be some freaky things that happen, but it is going to be a good one. I just have a feeling, Brad. So we want to wish everybody a wonderful Friday. Thank you for tuning into Daily Drop-In. And we're thrilled to get started next week with you. The one thing we didn't mention is that we are announcing another 2 speakers for the Teach Better Conference on Monday morning. So we hope that you set your alarm and you choose to join us as we continue to celebrate so many educators around the world. So Brad, thanks so much for coming live with me. As always, it's always good to catch up with you.
Always good, Rae, and always good to look ahead to a great week of excitement. And we'll look forward to seeing everyone back on Monday for the Daily Drop-In.
We will see you Monday. Please enjoy your last few sips of coffee. Let us know how your day goes. And of course, if you need anything, reach out. We will see you later. Bye, friends.
Bye.